So I'm gonna actually go through this. Am I gonna watch both of them? Fucking maybe. It'll be late if I do that. I know I'm late, but I'm gonna see the Adepticon reveals. Predictions before I start. There's been a lot of rumors about AOS. I think we might see we're probably going to see the Cog Fort for Cities of Sigmar. We might see the Dwarf update. We might see the Skaven update. We might see the Ogre update. There's been a bunch of rumors about stuff coming for AOS. I think we're probably going to see 11th edition. Or at the very least, they're going to be like, we're doing it. They should. It's on schedule. Okay. I'll pause music. Holy shit, it's loud. We have crowd sound. We're getting the Steel Legion? Holy shit, everyone was so mad about us not getting this. I can't believe we're actually getting Steel Legion. Oh, no audio. Holy shit, the crowd noise is so loud. They keep having audio issues in these things, man. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a bit through this. Because they keep having audio issues with these. And this will make this go a little faster, and I might be able to go to sleep at a reasonable time. Insane. Yeah. This mic works. Use one mic.
Normally, at this part of the show, we'd say, have you done any hobby lately? Eddie, have you done any hobby lately?
I have done some hobby. I've been playing space
tournament.
Show me reveal things. Kind of skipping through.
Subscribe. Let's get those numbers up, and let's make sure there's one place you can go for all of.
I'm not subscribing to Warhammer Plus. Oh my god. GW, you gotta figure out your audio shit. I feel like every stream that they've done with these two, their audio breaks.
All these previews we talked were slightly too long, and then at the end of the show, everybody who's stayed in the room with us and had this wonderful experience, they're going to go away with something super cool. More on that later.
I do want to go to one of these shows someday to like actually see, like get the minis that you get there and all that.
We know this guy and we love him, and he returned to the Warhammer 40,000 universe.
Oh, Yarick.
Commissar Yarick, right?
He's great. The model looks good. It's a very good callback to the older model. The trailer was badass.
Any moment now he'll appear massively on your screen, but I have a feeling the tech priests are currently applying unguents and blessed oil.
Fucking technical difficulties, man.
My original Yarick had like a snippy.
It would not be a Warhammer show without technical. The other guy fucking left. You're gonna try to fix shit. Oh my god.
Now I met them last year and I'm hoping to meet them again. Any guys for the Middle Earth strategy battle game?
Okay. They're doing, yeah, technical difficulties. Okay. We just chilling? Run the trailer back. Okay, it's what would Yarrick do? Okay, their audio is picking up this. Their audio needs so much work. Their microphones are picking up the trailer audio and echoing it back multiple times.
It's back to me, which means we might be live, so I'm going to talk about it. Are there any authentic Steel Legion collectors in the room? It's even
Okay, cool. Is this whole video just gonna be technical? Holy shit, a reveal.
Soldiers of Armageddon, I will not lie to you. The orc army before us is vast.
New orcs?
They say we cannot win, that the orcs are too many. I don't know about you, but I am growing tired of proving them wrong.
I love Yarrick. He's very cool.
The steel in your eyes, the fire in your souls. I tell
Hold on.
in your eyes.
Run that model back. Holy shit, what a sisters model. I was not expecting new sisters. What a sisters model.
In your soul.
I think we get a couple sisters models looking at this.
I tell you now, we can win.
New armor, like APC?
And if that victory costs us our lives,
Also, that's new.
so be it.
New orcs. Hell yeah.
This is another campaign expansion book for Warhammer 40,000, The Return of Yarrick. We're going back to Armageddon, back to the War World for a story
You've done
of
this.
Imperium versus a huge orc war that is invading.
Armageddon is a place that's had some issues, and the sponsor of the issues that are going on right now is none other than the herald of the Speed War, Wazdaka Gutsman.
Oh my god, their audio just gone. This model looks very cool. I think orcs look neat. I don't play them. But they look very neat, and their models normally look really cool. So we got maybe new bike also. I don't know enough about orcs. I recognize him obviously as new, but I don't like know enough about orcs immediately to look at them and be like, oh, those are all new bikes, because fucking they're all junkyard bikes. Audio is so fucked. But hey, we get reveals. It's insane. It's insane that you're fucking Games Workshop and this is the audio that, and it's every time they always have audio issues. This model is very pretty though. I like the fire effects in the back. That looks like something that most people would like buy as an extra. Because like they make like effects kits that you can add on. A bunch of them come out for Tau I've seen that I thought about getting. Handful for Necrons I've seen that are very good. And of course, orcs. And yeah, that looks like it'd be an effect kit that you would add on to the back of that. Yeah, okay. A hippogriff. Armored fighting vehicle. Okay. Couple different loadouts. It's a tank, of course there are. It looks nice. I like it. I like that it's not treads. I like that we had the wheels actually. It was like Admech or not Admech. The guard doesn't have many. I was about to say Astra Militarum. It feels like the guard doesn't have any like wheeled armored vehicles like this. I like it. Their audio is just going to be bad, I guess. You can barely, I can barely hear it. You guys can also barely hear it, I'm sure.
So I really like this thing. This is a
Oh.
fast-moving, lightly armored transport.
They fixed their audio a little.
Militarum troops. It is just a beautifully detailed kit as well. It doesn't replace your Chimera, but it kind of rides into battle alongside them and is a tool in the army.
What is it, rapid support vehicle or something?
Yeah, absolutely. This is giving you some very different.
This is like a fast personnel carrier, it looks like. Be my guess.
You pack it full of troops, you storm forward to the objective, and then you get out of the way. The Chimera would typically sit
Yeah.
alongside you guys and offer lots of suppressing fire. This is purely delivery. My favorite thing about it is not to do with its rules or even its functionality. Have a look inside that crew compartment. Maybe we can go back and get another look at it. But you've got like fully modeled interior with all the guards.
Oh, good.
Inside it. This is a beautifully rendered piece.
Yeah. And it's got a heavy
Society of Hidden Paint will be happy.
Not completely harmless, right? Yeah, absolutely. There you go. That's
Oh,
the
nice.
I was talking about. You've got like your Cadians in there riding into battle. I really love this. As almost a.
Oh, and I like the dude shooting out the window, and you can see like he's pointing correctly.
Hatch closed and no troops inside it. If you wanted to put it into a Death Corps army or a Steel Legion army.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just leave the guys off it, to be honest. Right. We also showed you, and the next thing up is probably my favorite thing in the whole preview. I'm calling it now. This is Commissar Graves.
Okay. Ooh, I love commissars. They all look so cool. Their coats are badass.
He's a member of the High Command for the military operating on Armageddon.
The like double-breasted coat with like big collar always looks really cool.
True mold of the Officio Perfectus, and literally one of the first things she does in the narrative is replace one of the high-ranking officers with a bolt round.
You can have the character
It's a nice commissar. I feel like it's kind of. It looks a lot like every other commissar, except she has a power fist.
This is her own personal rapid strike vehicle.
That is badass.
This thing oozes like the grim darkness of Warhammer 40,000, right?
I really like this.
Armored pulpit chased in
Yeah. Hey, if she comes with that vehicle, fuck yes. That's really cool.
A bunch of people were trying to work out what all the different patches on the jacket I wore were. Commissar Graves' heraldry is one of those patches. Inside the vigilance with her, you see her staff of.
I love the ram on the front. That's really cool. That's a very cool vehicle.
Her left hand is a power fist. Her right hand is a bunch of.
I like the spotter dude on the side looking just so calm.
The thing I really like about it is it's nodding a little bit to the Fortress of Arrogance.
Oh, absolutely,
So
yeah,
the Bane blade that Commissar Yarrick traditionally.
Okay, nice.
This is sort of like a smaller, compact version of that. If you
Looks good.
Did we see the?
I'm not. I don't play guard, but this looks badass.
In Transia Frey, she is the dog martyr superior for the Adeptus Sororitas on Armageddon.
Is a very good model. I love Sororitas. I don't play them, but I love their aesthetic.
Involved in that high command for the officers that are operating on against the Orc War.
Yeah, we know this is a battle that played a big part in some of the battles.
It
for
looks like.
we've seen them in novels and stuff doing some cool battles. This is
It looks like it's almost like a penitent engine frame.
Battle Army. It's got a few different options there. You can see you've got the
Glad helmeted.
It brings quite a lot of firepower to the field. You've got a couple of heavy bolters, a couple of.
I was just looking at that. There's a lot of guns on that thing.
In there as well, so a powerful unit to do damage to pretty much anything, short range, long range, enemy tanks, and fairly tasty in close combat as well.
I love the like arched cathedral look with just a gun poking out of it.
Under the missile rack, which is nice.
And yeah, unslung missiles is cool.
This throne is called the Throne of Blame. You might know the Throne of Judgment. There's at least 2 thrones out there.
There's 3 at least.
Not including the big one on Terra. Right. Next up is, this is a contender for the strangest model.
Ooh.
May we introduce you to Inquisitor Croyle. Who is Inquisitor Croyle, Eddie?
So Inquisitor Croyle
He has like a Sleipnir.
He's effectively a big game hunter in Warhammer 40,000. So
Oh.
this guy hunts down exotic and weird enemy characters and monsters. He's come to Armageddon particularly to try and take out some of the Orc warlords and Orc psychers and things.
Yeah.
With that very strange-looking alien rifle.
He looks really good without the helmet. His helmet looks a little silly, but without the helmet, he looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks even worse with the nose bag off, right?
Yeah. You've got some.
Yeah, I mean, it looks even worse.
Mount a couple of head options for the character. In game terms, he's very useful. He is a lone op, fast-moving sniper character.
Yep.
So you can
Lone
imagine
op, character assassin.
very useful for all sorts of things, right?
And he's Imperial Agents, which is interesting. Because a lot of people are wondering if that's going to keep being a codex.
It goes up and up and up across the game.
Yeah, fantastic.
I do think they could do a thing where it's like Imperial Agents becomes a keyword on just a bundle of models. No, they probably something like codex, what I was just about to say. I was like, have it just be a keyword and be like, any Imperium can take X number of these.
But he thought it looked like quite a useful mount, so he kept one of them to ride around on.
Audio, man.
Kind in a very real sense of the word.
I understand having audio issues, but you're I'm a tiny streamer. You're a big fuck off company. I can't believe how many audio issues you keep having. Bunch of books that, to be honest, I will not buy because I don't like buying rules. Full box? Yeah. It looks pretty good. Actually, putting the tank next to all that really gives you a good scale. Those are smaller than I thought. This is a pretty decent box, I think. I don't know that much about Guard, but this feels like a pretty decent box. Oh, wait, I need to change my category.
In there as well, and you've got a Rucker Truck Squig Buggy. This is a box that's effectively designed to accompany Wazdacker. So if you're deciding that you want to do
Updated.
Speed War, Wazdacker, and this box together give you a really solid start.
Fantastic. If you're looking to keep in Transia Fray, the Dogmata Superior Company.
Oh shit, that's a.
This is like an infantry ground and pound army.
I was about to say it's really good, but it's okay. Will depend on the price. I like the Novitiates and the Paladins. I don't like the Repentia being in this box too. If you replace the Repentia with like a Battle Sister squad, this is a really solid box. But I understand Repentia being in here. It feels like they're in every box that they have. Also, we fucking love feedback loops and shit. My Deathwatch. Hey guys, remember Deathwatch? That army we almost killed? So quiet. They're so quiet, you guys probably can't even fucking hear them. Jesus Christ, man, your audio. Fix your goddamn audio.
We are not done in the Dark Millennium, but we're going to show you something a little
loud.
bit different. Somewhere in the room we have some friends from our friends at Weather Workshop, and they have got an amazing new thing that we're going to show you right now. And
once he was known as Calistarius. Now, after conquering the Black Rage, he is reborn as one of the most formidable psychers in the Imperium of Man. Standing upon the stairs of the Arx Angelicum, we present to you the chief librarian of the Blood Angels, the Lord of
Holy
Death,
shit.
Mephiston.
This isn't a new model, is it? It's like a statue.
He is the sole member of the Blood Angels to conquer the Black Rage. Yet beneath their control lies a force capable of
This is like a statue.
We have depicted Mephiston amidst the battle-damaged environment of the Arx Angelicum, harnessing a
I do like
powerful
Blood
psychic
Angels.
attack. His aristocratic features contorted into a rageful expression as psychic energy ripples between his temples and through his psychic hood. In one hand, his four-sword Vitaris crackles with power.
Okay, you could do a little bit less.
Psychic energy gathers, poised to manifest the Emperor's wrath.
You could do a little bit less with this trailer.
Mephiston's resplendent artificer armor, richly adorned with Blood Angels iconography, has been rendered in exquisite detail by our sculptors. His
This is a cool looking
presence is
statue,
further
though.
elevated through masterful, to bring depth, contrast. He is
Looks
a figure
good.
of awe within the Blood Angels chapter. Make him a figure
Holy
of
shit, it's
awe
big.
upon your shelf.
1/6 scale? How much is it? Hold up. Hold up. Let me pull up a different tab. How much does this thing cost? Because it's going to be a lot. Photoworkshop.com. Shop. How much is your new Mephiston figure? I'm gonna guess 300. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. It is okay. I should have taken the scale of it into account. And that the fact that they like actually hand paint it and everything. Holy fucking shit. It's $1,700. Holy shit. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need all that.
Throughout the rest of this weekend, week and weekend, that statue you saw in the video is here. If you want to look at it in person, go and chat to Jules and learn all about it. Pop down to where the Warhammer shop is, and you can see it in the flesh.
It's a $1,700 Mephiston statue.
While we're talking about
it's a rent payment Mephiston statue. Audio gone. Just gone. Completely gone. They have the Ultramutants one. The fact they're doing a White Scars one now makes me think this is going to be a series. And I might actually pick up one or two of these. Warhammer Plus show, I guess.
This is Flight Commander Kai.
Yeah, they showed that they're doing an Aeronautica show, so this is for that.
Where did they come from?
Yeah. They told us they were doing this show already. It'll probably be good. I'll never see it because it's on Warhammer Plus, and I don't have Warhammer Plus. I'm not going to have Warhammer Plus.
This is an all
Hey, look, Eldar ships.
coming soon to Warhammer.
You gotta fix your tech. You gotta fix your tech. GW, please. You have to.
On the other side, you have Imperial.
Jester,
Okay, kill team.
the toughest thrown down grunts on the Eastern Fringe. We've fought Tyranids before. They're tough. But they
Just
drop
like
if
hive
you
rats?
know where to shoot them. We thought we were ready.
No, this is guard.
We were wrong.
Oh, this is where part 2 started. So it breaks here, doesn't it? Their stream went down. That's a very cool Moloch.
Spectre Squad. Call sign Jester. The toughest throw.
Oh my god. It just started replay. You,
Right, I'm going to talk as if we're back on air.
you have to fix your shit, GW.
Devlin, and we
Oh my god. Okay, we go to part 2.
This is a kind of stealthy, scouty kill team with lots of kind of fun.
This is fucking insane. This is the worst preview I have seen from them ever. There's no audio. I don't mean worse, just in the models are bad. The models have all been really good. It's just tech issue after tech issue after tech issue. Holy fucking shit. There's no audio. There's just no audio. Hey, this model's pretty neat. What are you doing? UW, how are you this bad at this? You've done these shows before, and yeah, this is a stub gunner. You've shown us this model a long time. Cool, it's a little relay beacon. Hey, look, in case you didn't get a look at. There's no audio at all. How the fuck have you done this, GW? You've done this job for so long, and you still, this still happens. Like the last preview, the audio was like unlistenable for a large portion of it. It was terrible. They had to like restart the stream and that also. The Red Terror model looks sick. This is a very fucking cool Tyranid model. I might actually see if I can get just this model for my brother-in-law who plays Tyranids because he would like to paint this thing. That's a really cool Tyranid. Like I might buy this thing. Oh, and the way they're doing it, bursting through and having the rubble like attached to limbs so that you can see that like the forward motion of it, like it is bursting through this. That's done very well. I can almost hear something.
This is the Nemesis Operatives dossier.
Oh my god,
As
we can
well as
hear.
rules for being able to play the Red Terror. It also allows you to do almost any kind of big thing that you might want to fight. So if you want, you know, you could hunt down a Dreadnought or a Hellbrute or a
Oh,
Carnifex,
cool. They're going to give us
anything
rules for
that.
like
This allows you
bosses
to
and
play
kill
those
team.
kind of games.
Yeah, and there's different ways to play it as well.
That's
One of the
neat.
examples that the book gives is 2 kill teams going up against each other while a Hellbrute and a Redemptor Dreadnought slug it out in the middle of the battlefield. So there's loads of cool opportunities to have some fun. Of course, you'll need some new Nemesis operatives. So we've got some returning favourites from Blackstone Fortress.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is the Archivist. He is a Zote.
Redoing
so
the
we last saw
Zote?
him in Blackstone Fortress. We are re-releasing him
That's
for
insane.
use in games of Kill Team. And yeah, you can bring this guy along and have your Kill Team try and hunt him down. Also coming back from Blackstone Fortress, we have another returning Nemesis operative, which hopefully we'll get to see in a second.
So the next one up is the Amble.
Hell yeah.
A real classic from back in the day Warhammer.
Yeah, so ambles are common.
I'm
to
glad they're
worlds
giving
across
us some of the
Imperium.
weird,
They're
obscure
effectively
aliens.
An invasive predatory species. Their prey includes humans. So you're definitely bad news if you start an amble colony on your planet. But they are exactly the sort of thing that would rampage
Cool.
through the middle of a kill team.
Yeah, like there's all kinds of
horde,
weird
messing
fucking
up the
aliens in
battle
this
that
setting.
you're
We just
trying
don't
to
ever
navigate
see
through.
them.
Fantastic. So that's a
I've
whole
never
bunch
seen
of
most of them, I should
great
say.
and
That thing is
exciting
disgusting.
for Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. We're going to take a slight diversion away from the 41st millennium and go back about 10,000 years now. And
Okay, Horus Heresy.
and have a look at some upcoming releases which you've got planned. Gioni's Astar, Horus Heresy. And have a look
People
at
are
some
so
upcoming
mad. People are
10,000
so
years
mad.
now.
Listen to this.
And have a look at some upcoming releases which you've got planned for Warhammer Horus Heresy. Let's start with.
There's a full combo. Some
Gioni's
people are excited.
Astartes.
Feels like most of the people there are not looking forward to this.
Warhammer the Horus Heresy.
We'll get some cool models for this that are for kit bashing and nothing else.
This is a new variant coming soon to the classic.
Sure.
If you really, really like heavy bolters,
Absolutely, it's a but
Sure.
here you can see bits and pieces saved.
tanks.
Yep.
The heavy
I'm not going to play Horus Heresy. This is only for kit bashing if I want it. This is very silly, the amount of bolters that are on this thing.
Become much more useful than it maybe.
This is Solar Auxilia.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Okay.
So here you can see.
I like the
rendered
Solar
in plastic
Auxilia.
for the first time. The Karanite Ogren section.
Yeah, so the Karanite Ogrins are basically like the
The, like,
brawlers and
mining draw on
brutes
that
of
dude
the
is
Solar
cool.
Auxilia. If you have a Solar Auxiliary army, you will know that mostly on the battlefields of the
Age of Darkness.
Age of Darkness,
There we go.
you are outclassed basically by Space Marines and Custodies and Demons and all sorts of stuff. So if the enemy reaches your lines, you need a counterpunch. The Ogren section provides that.
Nice.
These are brutal brawler melee units that can run in and with sheer brute force alone
I mean,
go toe to toe with some of the gene enhanced.
I don't think these are for me,
of that age.
but they're
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
models.
And this isn't the only thing for the Solar Auxilia. They're also getting some additional fire support. Here we can see one of the close-ups. They've got a variety of weapons, but
This
they've
is
also
for
got
me.
some heavier weapons coming to.
I
boost the
love
Solar
artillery.
Auxilia. You've got this is the Rapier fire support battery. Essentially, this is how you tackle enemies you can't
Mobile
see.
artillery.
Right? So right now on the screen, oh, there we go. So this is the shooting down variant. It's the classic mole mortar. You can see that guy's clutching canisters that aim equipped with driller-tipped shells for
I
going
love
underground and coming up
artillery.
inside bunkers and trench lines. Then you've also got the bombard, which is for loosing off multiple shots and raining hell down upon the enemy.
Yeah, both of these really cool different ways to shoot the enemy from far away, whether they're underground or overground.
The like underground or artillery thing that they have as like a concept in 40k is very interesting. I don't think it like works in any way whatsoever,
Yeah, so
but
the
it's a cool
first
idea.
kit, it makes either of those support weapons for firing indirectly, either the quad launcher or the mole mortar, and then the direct
do mortar.
fire kit contains things for shooting in a straight line. So here we go, the classic heavy bolter setup that you might expect to see on a rapier platform.
Okay, just a heavy weapons platform.
Yeah, they are living large. Battles of the Great Crusade era. Look at the caterpillar tracks on these things. There's like rubberized nubs running between them. That's so that it doesn't skid around.
Oh, that's sick. The Gatling version is sick, actually.
That's so that it doesn't skid around on the deck plate.
I like that one a lot better.
Enemy ships.
The 4 heavy bolter is funny. The Gatling is actually sick.
It also has other options. There's a multi-laser. This is the laser destroyer.
That.
So
I love that thing.
Weapons with which you can equip your rapier platforms and bring battle to the enemy however you see fit.
Yeah, loads of ways of killing the enemy from far away, and also some.
Find inside your existing Liber books.
I'm still not going to play Horse Heresy. I might buy some of these and proxy them in 40k.
And let's go to the Warhammer Underworlds.
Congrats to the 5 people.
On your screen right now, you can see Thuriel's Zephyrite, an all-new Underworlds warband from the Lumineth Realm Lords.
Yeah, so
that's
this is
neat.
A really fun,
I like those.
Warband with loads of different abilities.
That like ocean thing that's shooting
there's some magic, so it's a really kind of jack of all
magic.
trades warband. They've got some really fun mechanics. They are built around effectively use of the Huracan Temple, and there is a little character in there, which is the kind of spirit of the wind. You can see just kind of bottom
little fox
right
friend.
And she's got some.
I like the blind archer.
Yeah, so,
he's cool.
So Thuriel is the leader of the warband, kind of like a wind mage, as it were, and Zool is the familiar that you see next to her, kind of like a fox, dog, cat thing. So
I like
you
it.
See him on the screen. There's an interesting mechanic with this warband.
I don't play LRL.
Which is essentially these warriors, they fight.
I've seen some people theorizing that they're going to get
a
bit of a refresh and pull some Wood Elves in. I really hope that doesn't happen. I think if Wood Elves happen, it should be Sylvaneth.
Proximity gives buffs to the models that are attacking it.
Yeah, it's effectively like the eye of the hurricane.
It's a cute fox.
Absolutely.
And then the yield on the
showing like also favorite model.
This is Underworld.
Very good. We're going to depart now from Warhammer Underworlds and go to a place very near and dear to my heart as a staunch fan of Middle-earth. Let's go and let's look at some things coming out for the Middle-earth strategy battle game.
Straight up, I'm going to skip past this. The models will be pretty.
The War of the Rohirrim.
But I'm just going to kind of skip through. The models will be pretty. It's GW models. They're pretty.
And as you can see, on the hill cruelties.
But I have no interest in playing this.
The biggest ones are on have two of different hand, like a Royal Army
and being of the most iconic quarter-century old Riders of Rohan. These are one of the most iconic units that you see in all of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, they are absolute scene stealers, aren't they, in the Lord of the Rings movies? Every time they show up, it's awesome. Alongside the original the Horde Warriors, throw
the so if these are going to blend in beauty
with the new ones, these ones could just be the slightly fancier ones with the cool.
Fantastic.
So this is a model update.
Continue on our preview. We're going to go now from Middle-earth to the Mortal Realms.
Okay, AOS time.
Our enemies think us weak.
Check this out.
We will dissuade them of that notion. We shall not cower behind our walls. We
Hogfort.
are the walls.
Gargants.
We will march out.
Yes.
Reclaim
yes.
the realms. Our
We knew this was coming.
Will break upon our shields. And by courage and steel,
holy shit, that's so many new models.
Foul pit once spawned them.
The Gargant, though. Oh my god, the Gargant kit.
Our enemies think us.
Little models. This isn't a Warhammer. This is just a GW show.
This is a fantastic addition to the.
This looks so good.
Loads of things to talk about.
Yeah, GW has a Lords of the Rings mini game also, but no one plays it.
Yeah, so Free Guild Grenadiers are effectively your hard-working.
This looks so good.
Infantry for the Free Guild.
And I love that they have like a giant glaive thing that they're using as a like a rest. It's very cool.
In the unit, there's a blunderbuss in the unit. They are just a really useful unit in game. In
This
lore
was a
terms,
preview
they've got
that
some really interesting things
everyone
about how
said
the
was going to be
Trinity
this.
amongst
So
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, the free guilds recruit the brawniest, the sturdiest, the biggest and toughest.
everyone saw
warriors
that flamethrower and was like,
amongst
"This
their
is
number,
cities."
and then train them to be the grenadiers. These are the breachers. You know, when you create a breach in an enemy fortress, or you need to sweep the foe out of a city, these are the ones you send in, and they've got.
I really like
the
Cities of
build
Sigmar
and
aesthetically.
the
There's
tools for
some
the job.
gorgeous
Yeah, these are like your
minis.
close combat down and dirty fighters. If you need to kind of cleanse an
Show me that
undead
Gargan
infestation
again.
from a mausoleum or something, these are the people you
I also
send in.
like grenades
Every
and
single one of
explosions
these
and
models
shit.
is
Like
really fun and dynamic as well.
they might
You
get
can see them
me.
being like the kind of logical extension of the
They
Sigmar
might get me to
helmets,
get
but
another
equal
AOS
sort of,
army. I already
brutal,
have 3.
equipped for whatever the situation demands of them.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, however, not the only new unit that we saw in that preview, and they're not the only elite unit for that matter. We also saw for the first time the Free Guild Gallants, which I think we can go to now. So these
Yeah,
are
these guys look
like
sick.
foot knights for the Cities of Sigmar, right?
Yeah, so we've already seen a unit of knights on horses. These are the infantry equivalent. They are the best defensive unit, effectively, in the Cities of Sigmar. They can take a charge incredibly well. Each one of them is effectively an iconic hero for the Cities of Sigmar.
Yeah,
they not only
that's
fight very
the
well, but they
Rook
inspire
Knight.
the troops around them to fight better. The miniatures are phenomenally cool.
Yeah,
there
there's-
are like loads of different cool helmet designs. and
That's
shield
pretty much the
designs,
Rook
and
Knight that
weird
just
little
came out.
creatures that go on the
Was
base,
it
weapons,
pretty
all sorts of
fun?
Yeah, if you get a kick out of like unusual armor types,
Went
then
for a
you've got
little while.
My favorite is the completely anachronistic.
I kind of feel like Nia or Boo are probably going to win at this point, which feels kind of bad looking at Nia and Linby also kind of being stuck in the game then. Because it does, and like Linby posted about this, it does kind of feel like it's between me or Boo. It's basically, can Boo win culture or can I win science faster?
And make some really unique things. So it's a lovely kit to play with. The miniatures look great. It's a great unit in the game as well.
Fantastic.
So we'll have to see.
Hero models for the
There's
Cities of Sigmar.
so many new heroes.
So this guy is Jorvan.
Yeah, there are a shit ton of new heroes.
He's the survivor of Emberguard.
He's cool. He has a dog.
Anvilgard, there we go. And he's kind of like a ranger archetype, right?
Yeah, so he is a survivor of a city that's been taken over by the forces of Marathi Kane. So he
Yeah,
has blood
you're from
vengeance basically
Anvilgard.
against the Lords of
Anvilgard is
Kane.
bad now.
Right now, he is engaged in driving back the Skaven infestations of the mortal realms in the Realm of Fire. He is accompanied in
Yeah,
battle by
for my part,
and he is
I did a
effectively,
war
a
on
really
Alexander,
solid,
like
dependable,
all play
mid-range
session.
skirmish hero for the Cities of Sigmar.
Fantastic. And he's still not
Which,
the only
like,
hero
Alexander's
we saw.
using-
Next up is the Malish Forge Priest.
I love that face.
A
The
classic
face is
take
so
on that
wild.
warrior priest archetype from the world that was. Sigmar is
This can be
like
saved
spin
by a
god.
paint job,
Here
but
he is,
man, their faces look
priest with an
funny.
enormous hammer.
Yeah, so I mean, the warrior priest archetype is such a cool piece of.
But yeah,
lore
like,
lore,
so
and
in
it's great to
Civ,
see that kind of
Alexander
stuff
has
in
like
Age of Sigmar now. A
swordsmen,
couple of options
and
you
I
can
have
choose.
great
You've got
war
the choice of
infantry
heads. You can either
and
go with
artillery.
old warrior
So it's
priest
not a
archetype,
close
or you
war,
can
it's
have
just
the
a
kind of
taking time to
slightly
do it.
bad-looking monk look.
Yep.
And of course, he comes with an enormous Warhammer. This game's called Warhammer. Warhammer's got to be
It
pretty
makes
good, right?
perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. There was also a trio of wizards that we saw like teased in that. First
Yeah,
up
I
was
thought I
Axiom
saw.
Pyrocaster. This is your
Saw some
classic
new
fire wizard.
wizards.
Has some really interesting rules in the game. Essentially, once she targets a unit with a spell, that unit gains.
Again,
a
this can be saved by a better paint job. That
essentially
hand looks
starts-
bad.
Incandescent, yeah, it's starting to smolder, and subsequent targeting of the same unit is even more dramatic. I think it adds D3. more
Oh,
points each
neat.
time.
Yeah, the
He, like,
miniature
builds
is
up
really,
as you
really
hit the
cool
same
as
thing
well.
more.
You can see it. It looks like a treat to paint, right? I can imagine some of these appearing at future Golden Demons and things like that.
And crazy though
This will be-
one is,
this will
he's
go
not even
crazy
really
with
the
OSL.
craziest looking wizard in this
It's not even
update
top
for this.
two. It's not even
Exactly.
top
Next up, we'd like to introduce you to the
This.
Amethyst Nell Mage.
Yeah,
This
death
is
magic.
a,
Death
a
magic.
wizard who uses the power of Shaiish, the power of death.
He looks
you can
so
see them,
cool.
Replete with various symbols of the realm of death. They have a scythe. There's loads of
The
skulls,
like
they have
gong
a weird
helmet
handle,
with the
they
skeletons
have,
to hit it.
A bell on their head and two weird mechanical skeletons that hit the bell at regular
That's
intervals.
so
And there's
sick.
even a version where
Keep
you
the
can
face covered.
lift
It
up the
actually looks
visor,
so
and
much
that's
cooler
what
that
it
way.
That's what it looks like if you get hit in the head by two mechanical skeletons all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. This is sort of grim darkness writ large, isn't it? With just the strangest, most odd helmet. I love everything about it.
I
How it
love
flies
the
in
helmet.
scythe, just everything about this is amazing.
Flip the scythe around.
Still not the
It's
weirdest
still not
wizard.
Kinda
might be
holding it the
weirdest
wrong way.
wizard, absolutely. Next up, we have Erasmus Zon, the Enlightened One.
So Erasmus Zon is
Heish?
an inhabitant of Settler's Gain, which is a twin Lumineth and Cities of Sigmar city. He
Heish.
is one of the first graduates of a program set up by the Lumineth to try and teach mortal followers the ways of Haish, to enlighten them into the ways of the Lumineth. He has been so successful in that he's actually surpassed the magical ability of some of his trainers. So the Lumineth are maybe not super keen on quite how well he's taken to
say some,
light magic.
because
But he is a very powerful
Lumineth
spellcaster.
are light magic.
The wizard is obviously does all of those things. But the thing you notice
I'd like to
about
talk
it
about his
is
mount,
that
right?
really weird mount.
Yeah, so that is
Yeah,
a
his mount's
heliomorph.
wild.
If you've ever seen one of them before, then you're a better person than I am. It's
No,
called
his
Cliffwing,
mount is a
and it
chimera,
the
like
uncanny
definitionally a
combination
chimera.
Of a ram, a griff, and it has a snake for a tail.
Yeah,
That's
and
what a
it's basically
chimera,
happens
like
if
classical
you-
chimera
when you're
is.
choosing your mount, you tick every box.
Absolutely.
And it generates that. So it's a really, really fun character, and it fills out another one of those winds of magic that are now accessible
Yeah,
to...
the colleges are arcane.
you've got
Yeah, I
the
am
four
glad
of
that
them,
we're
I
getting
think,
more
and the
wizards to
possible
fill out the
colleges.
winds of magic.
Now,
Kinda already
we
had a
also
Pyromancer,
saw in
though.
this the Gate Gargants, which are
Yes.
fantastic new.
This is the
kit for
mini
the
that you
Cities of Sigmar.
revealed.
There's a way that the Cities of Sigmar fight, right? They advance like a moving castle as the Dawnbringer Crusades go out into the mortal realms.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the walls of your castle are made up by your...
Why are they staked
steel
down?
helms and your fusiliers.
They
These
walk,
guys
I assume.
Are the Barbican, the gate. So they take the charge of the enemy. Enemies smash against those enormous doors. Once the enemy's broken upon them, they
I wanna
barb
see
the
this
gates and
next
open
to
up.
a
Then your
human to
galleys
know for
and your
scale.
steel helms charge out into the middle of the enemy. They sally forth.
Look at the
This
guns
is
on
just a
top,
really
too.
Weird, fun, bonkers unit for the Mortal Realms. They fight very well as well. Those are Gargant level stat lines in combat,
Yep.
and on the back of them they also have that enormous cannon which can make a mess of enemy units at range.
I
It's a
bet this is very
character-fun,
strong.
interesting unit for Cities of Sigmar.
It'll be pointed accordingly,
So,
but that's a
we
very
also
cool unit.
saw, as well as these, a new kit which is known as Dawners Triumph. This is kind of like a floating memorial for the warriors of the Cities of Sigmar as they travel across the mortal realms.
new faction
and launch their
terrain?
crusade, and it's kind of a remembrance of all of the fighters that have given their lives as part of this campaign, right?
That's right, yeah. So when they set out on a crusade from one of the major cities, every member of the Dawnbringer Crusades will be given a coin malleus. Those are the coins that you see sprinkled across the bottom of that memorial there. Those are basically the coins of the warriors who've given their lives for the crusade. When they finally reach their destination and start a city, you can imagine that this memorial will form an iconic part of that city somewhere in the landscape. So this is
Okay.
a memorial they take with them. In game terms, it offers you buffs to units around it, so they fight harder in its presence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool lore thing.
There's also, for the Cities of Sigmar, a new Regiment of Renown on the way. This is Vendenst Hound.
Ooh.
Vendenst are famous
I
for
kinda
hunting
like
down
it.
sort of the esoteric enemies of the Cities of Sigmar, so maybe they're hunting down the soul.
Those
like
middle
Great
two
Lords or
units
demons or
have
other things.
existed before,
Yeah,
but I
so
think
you
all
can
the
add
outside
this
ones are
effectively into
new.
Other order armies.
Yep.
So if you're going up
This is
against
such a big
demons,
update for cities.
undead,
Okay, hold on. Theory crafting time. They're giving this huge update to cities because they're about to take dwarves and dark elves out of cities. So they want to make sure the range is big enough after they take dwarves and dark elves out of cities. Because there's been a lot of rumors about that happening. I still, my like theory, like what I want to happen for AOS 5th is I want the enemy faction to be dark elves. I want to see what the fuck. I just lost his name, the Dark Elf King. I want to see what he's up to.
enemy wizards, that sort of thing. These guys have the tools to take it down, to track their enemy, bring them to heel, and then put a stake through their heart.
Yeah, and they're accompanied into battle by the units of the Wildercore Hunters. So the perfect accompaniment to scout out the enemy.
I am tired, but I decided to start this, so I'm going to finish it.
That's a lot of stuff for the Cities of Sigmar, right?
More.
We are not done yet.
You showed a little
Do
bit
you
of
want to see
Skaven.
some more?
Aishin? Aishin time? Aishin?
Let's show you the next video.
Malekith, that's it.
Aye, we persist.
You're right, it is
in an
Malekith.
age of monsters.
Yeah, I want to see what Malekith's up to.
And
He's
there
like
are
a shadow
foes that
demon now.
Faith and valor alone cannot best.
Cog
For
Fort.
such enemies, Sigmar again provides. Take heart, warriors of the God King.
The Cog Fort.
You fight in the shadow of behemoths. The cog forts of the Iron World march with us.
Yes.
With cannon and flame, we will drive back the enemies.
We knew this
of
was coming.
Sigmar. With such engines of war at our side, how can mere monsters stand
Yes.
against us?
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, City's pure human looks pretty sick now. And they have very much leaned into their aesthetic. We knew this was coming. This has been leaked to all hell. But goddamn, what a model. We haven't seen this model yet.
New centerpiece model for the Cities of Sigma armies. These are
What
the
a
cog
fucking
forts, and right now on your
centerpiece.
screen, you have the Cannonade Cog Fort.
I love this model so much. It is such a cool addition. I think people who've collected Cities of Sigmar have basically been waiting for this kit since it was hinted at in some of the early battle tomes of the edition. It is
Yeah, this has
finally
been like
in
mentioned in
glorious
lore.
plastic, and it is well worth waiting for. There's so much to talk about in this kit.
Yeah, we've seen this hinted at in some of the artwork and stories, and even in the background of one of the scenes in an animation. This is the Cannonade Cog Fort. It's the first one we'll talk about. Essentially,
This is so cool.
It is a walking fortress equipped with 2 massive cannons. It's got point defense guns. It's powered by a Duardin forged boiler you can see on the left. This is everything you want to carry the Crusade of Sigmar into the mortal realms.
Yeah, this is the shooty version of the Cog Fort, right? So the gun on the back is called a Godbreaker cannon. It is very, very good at killing almost anything. One of the cool things about it is that
These
when
things
you
are
shoot it,
so
you get to choose a
cool.
different type of ammunition each time you fire. So if you're shooting at something that's got a ward save, something that's very tough, or something that is lots of things in a unit, you've got different abilities based on what you shoot at. It is a monstrously powerful thing. It is probably the most dangerous ranged war machine in the game.
Absolutely.
Good, it should
and
be.
It's not the only.
This thing should
Cog
also
Fort that this
be
kit
like
makes. We also have the option
like
for the
600
Conqueror Cog
points.
Fort. This is a
Maybe more,
different proposition
probably more.
entirely. It is equipped with a Realm Scorcher cannon. It is an enormous flamethrower.
Yeah, it does a ridiculous amount of damage. It kicks out 66 shots when it fires, which is phenomenally good for Age of Sigmar.
That's so many.
The other thing that's got in its belly,
So
instead of a
many
cannon,
shots.
you effectively have a drawbridge and sally port. You can transport a unit inside the cog fort and then charge
a
out of the front of
transport.
it into combat. So once you've broken the back of the enemy forces with your shooting,
So for context, AOS doesn't really have transports. There's this and the dwarves, the sky dwarves who have airships. That's it for transports, I think. Like, transports are very rare.
you can then charge into the still on fire enemy with your gallants or your grenadiers or something like that and kill anything that's
Load this thing up with a unit of
absolutely. Let's look at
grenadiers
some
and
of the
just throw
details
them
of
at the
these
enemy.
kits.
That'd be sick.
So here you can see some of the things we've talked about.
There we go.
The
Other
first one would be,
schemes as
At
well.
the top right-hand corner of the screen, you can see now what the interior looks like if you lift off that roof.
Yeah, so there's so much detail in this kit. Before I was talking about the different
Oh
types of
shit! Yeah, you
ammunition
can just take
fire.
this off and see
You
inside.
can see
You
the
see all
different
the
types of
ammo.
ammunition stacked up behind the gunners. So it's
That's
almost
so
like a mini
cool.
diorama inside the kit. You can also see the
This
Sally
thing's gonna
Port
be a
drawbridge
project
down, if
to
you
paint.
Want to. You can roll it out of the kit. So you can imagine the troops charging down the front there into the enemy line.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite detail, you'll actually see on the very left of the screen, and this is the Duardin forged furnace that powers the entire cog fort. And there's
If
an
this is the
interesting
furnace,
piece of
this
story about
should
it.
be in
These
here.
are sandbags hanging on the side. This is the most valuable and important part. These are forged by the Ironworld Arsenal.
That's true.
And if everything's going wrong, they'll launch a hot air balloon device out of the top, power it by the furnace, detach it from the cog fort and fly it away, because that's the bit you have to save.
Yeah,
That's kind of sick.
The engine basically of the
Wait,
cog
you
fort
can
is the
actually see,
valuable
yeah.
part. That's what the
There's like a
engine
thing
does.
here for it to come out. This whole thing
There's
just
some other
lifts
cool stuff
out.
that we can tell you about cog fort
That's
as
kinda
well. Can you
neat.
Jump to the next slide.
So this is, the first thing is, you might like to include a cog fort in your Cities of Sigma army, but what if you just really like the cog forts?
That's a great question, Adam. You can have an army of renown that is entirely made up of cog forts.
How many points?
It is called the Iron March, and effectively it does a few things. So first of all, it gives you a bunch of extra rules if you really just like cog forts and you want to just have lots of them. The other thing that it does is unlocks 2 more types of cog fort you can build in your force. So the basic kit is either 2 cannons or a flamethrower and the sally port. in the Iron March, you can swap the tops over basically. So you can have one cannon, one flamer, or you can have the cannon and the sally port. The only other unit you can include in this army is the Free Guild Gallants, which basically give you a way to have something inside the Conqueror Cogfort to charge out the front.
And a Malage 4 priest.
That's a whole army.
To make sure they're working all right.
Yeah, just to hit them before the battle starts.
Beautiful. What if
yeah, this is a huge model.
Have a City Sigmar army, Eddie?
That's also a great question, Adam. Well, there is a regiment of renown in the Cities of Sigmar battle tome, which allows you to take a cogfort in any Age of Sigmar army. There are.
I can give a reason to buy one of these.
Who have decided basically to go privateer. They've gone and
I can buy a cogfort and run it with any army that I have.
There are some cogforts whose occupants have given into the sway of chaos. There may be some
Chaos Cogfort would be awesome, actually. That's a kit bash someone's gonna make. That's gonna be so cool.
To work in mercenary armies for destruction. So if you just want to include a cool Cogfort in your army, you absolutely can. And it also opens up some great opportunities for conversions. I can already imagine people doing weird undead.
This kit's gonna be like $170 or something.
So this really is an incredible centerpiece thing for your Cities of Sigmar
Maybe
army.
more.
The rules for it and everything you
Probably
need to know,
more.
the lore and everything behind it will be included in the forthcoming Order Battle Tome, Cities of Sigmar, which is everything you need to be using these in your
That's a
teams.
cool battle tome cover. I like it.
All the stuff you would normally expect.
Especially because, like,
is in there as well.
ooh,
But it's
Spearhead?
the only thing on its way for Age of Sigmar.
Eshin! Fuck yes, we knew this was coming. Give me more rats.
And it includes
Look at Deathmaster Snitch. And the fucking Plague Runners. Gutter Runners. Yes. We knew this was gonna happen.
The Grenadiers, the Gallants, the Malice Forge Priest, and Mr. Creel.
Yes.
Is inside this box.
Rats.
Let's talk about
Give
the
me
other
rats.
things we can see on the screen.
Yeah, up against him is a long
New Night Runners.
expansion.
Hold on. Let me pull this shit up. Actually, I'm gonna do it. That's what I accidentally doxed myself because I don't want to do that. Let me show you the old Night Runners kit. Skaven Night Runners. Before this gets taken off the shop, let me show you the old Night Runners kit. It's so bad. So this is the new one. This is the old Night Runners kit. They look like dog shit. These are referred to by the community as the monkey rats because they kind of look like little monkeys. This kit is legitimately like over 20 years old. This kit can drink. They finally got an update. This is also the last part of Skaven that needed an update. Like, Skaven, I think, is an entirely like new model army now between all of the 4th edition updates that they got.
For the forces of Clans Eshin. The last time we had a sizable release for Clans Eshin was more time, basically.
Half my life ago.
Yeah, a really long time ago. So they've been well overdue for some updates, and the updates are phenomenally cool. So let's go through what you've got. You get some Night Runners.
They're like the lowest rung in the Clans Eshin.
They are the bottom rung of your Clans Eshin, but still
this also
very
got
useful
leaked.
Little sneaky scouter unit to run around, throwing shuriken and stabbing enemies in the back. The next unit you have up are the Gutter Runners. They are also in this box. Gutter
Which are
Runners
also like a 20-year-old kit.
The kind of mid-tier, I suppose, of the Clans Eshin. They are. They've gone through the ranks. They were Night Runners.
Oh my god. Okay, show me the one I just now saw that I love. This one with the tubes coming out of the back into the like stabby claws. That's a very cool model.
You've got some with poison weapons.
I'm about to buy so many more models. I need to. Okay, we need to do some model painting streams, guys, so I can get caught up. Because I told myself I'm not allowed to buy new models until I have paint on my current models. So I need to do some model painting streams.
Some with the classic kind of double-bladed punch daggers, and all of the Gutter Runners have got that slightly longer, shadowy cloak on them as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really cool.
Obviously, somebody needs to lead this spearhead. This is a model you'll be familiar with if you follow the Skaven.
But there was a new one.
This is a Deathmaster. He is lovely. We've seen him before. Would you like to see another Deathmaster?
Deathmaster Snitch.
Then may we introduce you to Deathmaster Crixit.
Sorry, Crixit.
So, Deathmaster Crixit is probably the most notorious of all the Deathmasters currently working in Skavenblight. He is so confident in his abilities as an assassin that he's made his identity public, which is almost unheard of for a Deathmaster. He has slain many
Tomorrow?
rivals and many enemy
Probably not
heroes.
tomorrow.
In
Probably
game
Friday.
terms, he is an absolute blender of a character, like more than, I think 13 attacks, something like that, like a ludicrous number of attacks.
13 would be the right
I
number,
think it's
right?
13. I hope it's 13. He is very, very good. As
It
you
should be
imagine,
13
killing enemy
attacks.
heroes, but such a good character. He
Oh,
can
look, his
basically
daggers
blend
have a
with any
Triforce.
small unit
And
in
the
Age of
way that
Sigmar.
they've rendered this character, they captured the sort of, almost it looks like his cloak is made of smoke as it sort of
Maybe it
drifts
is.
down
There's
around him.
certainly a little bit of Olgian magic there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
absolutely. And he's
I do
still
need to
got
have a
this
day
sort of,
whenever I don't
crumbling
stream to do
pieces of
live
building,
stuff.
And that's a useful segue into one of the other things that this kit includes, which is some fantastic terrain for you to play your games around.
Yeah, so this box set, City of Ash, is actually set in Embergard. Embergard was the location of the Warhammer Plus animation that we had last year. That animation is
Oh.
effectively the sequel to this box set. Embergard was a quite prosperous city of Sigmar. It is now basically in ruins after the events of the Scaventide. But one of the things you get in the
Oh.
box is lots of these cool ruined buildings.
This is where the
You also get a bunch of
Scaventide
very cool
book takes
scatter terrain
place.
as well. So it gives you a very cool new way to play Spearhead. The box will also, the terrain will also be available separately. So if you just like the idea of a battlefield,
Fuck, I could buy the Spearhead
built-up
box and get a
area
bunch
in
of
Sigmar,
models
this
that I
gives you a chance
want.
to do that.
Yeah,
And then I
absolutely.
could get the
Here you
cog
can see
for
everything
it
that
and
is
like
included within Spearhead City of Ash.
Marshall
You've got all the
kit
models,
that I
the
love
terrain,
for cities.
the cards and things you need to start
Fuck.
playing Spearhead. This is a great way in if you haven't played
Fuck.
Sigmar Spearhead before. And frankly, if you already have and you just want to play Spearheads,
Or Hammer, why do you have to make such good models that I want?
Even if you've never played Age of Sigmar before, this actually gives you everything you need to start playing.
Also, Spearhead's an incredible system. Like they're saying right now, this is actually true. Like, Spearhead's incredible. Even if you don't like play AOS, play Spearhead. It's almost better than AOS is.
Absolutely. So,
Like, it's the
that
small scale
was
game.
a
It's
whistle-stop tour through the mortal
like it's like hour and a half to play through a game of Spearhead. All the Spearheads are like $120, which is really cheap to get into Warhammer. Like, Spearhead's incredible.
realms as we got excited about
40k
Warhammer
wishes it had
Sigmar.
Spearhead.
We are still not done.
11th edition. This is 11th edition, right?
We are going to return back to the grim darkness of the 41st.
This is 11th edition, right? It's supposed to be
We
11th.
have a really exciting video to show you now.
This is 11th.
Let's go back to 40k.
I'm gonna be so baited if this isn't 11th.
Armageddon, the war world. Its soil is worthless, salted by the blood and sweat of generations. War is all that remains. It rises from the dust and echoes in the sky, a promise, a cacophony of endings.
I think that's new. Are we really gonna get orcs as the enemy faction?
Sanguinius' sons, angels of death.
Holy shit. We're getting Blood Angels main
We
characters
belong here.
after they absolutely fucked us last edition. I was seeing those look like Blood Angels.
Burn with his wrath. Now twin hearts.
Show the Black
hammer
Rage.
with his rage.
Please show the Black Rage from a lore perspective. And let us actually see what they see, because there's so much confusion about this.
Our veins burn with his wrath. Now twin hearts hammer with his rage. War is all that we know.
He's a chaplain, he probably won't follow Black Rage. But what if? That's a new weird boy? I think it's a new weird boy.
This world must hold. There can be no retreat. There can be no mercy. There can be no peace. There is only war.
We're doing a whole Armageddon thing again? We've been really hyping up Armageddon. I love the Blood Angels.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new cinematic trailer for a new edition of
Yep,
Warhammer
11.
40,000.
So it's, oh my god, wait. This is not Ultramarines versus Orcs. It is still Space Marines, but it's Blood Angels versus Orcs.
Did you like what you saw?
Love Blood Angels. They're one of my
Let's
top
talk about it
legions.
for just a minute, because I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, we saw
Like
some
them,
very, very
salamanders.
Cool stuff in there. Obviously, there's some Blood Angels in there. There's some Orcs. We're going back to Armageddon. Very cool location.
I will say, I don't think Orcs needed this.
That new big Orc Walker. I don't think we'd ever seen one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. And a classic returning unit, slightly redesigned in a land speeder that, like, very familiar for those classic land speeder fans.
That looked a little bit like Vanguard veterans to me as well.
Absolutely so.
Bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
there's
did
a
look
lot
like
to
Van
like in
Vets.
that trailer. My favorite moment was, I think for many people might agree, when the chaplain really gets in amongst it.
I think my favorite moment is when the Orc Psyker just kind of vomited across everybody. That was
and
good.
then he takes a Croesus to the face.
He had his fun. He had his fun.
Love it. So, an incredible way to announce a new edition of Warhammer 40,000.
We knew it was
I'm
11.
really excited to talk to you about
We knew
that
this was going to be
for a
11.
few minutes
Tell
now.
us about it.
So let's start by
How long's left?
diving
Okay.
into the game.
What's changed? It's new 40K. Try to look surprised. We all knew this was coming.
First up, it's new Warhammer 40,000. Let's talk about the game. Eddie, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so a new edition of Warhammer 40,000 obviously means a new core engine to drive this edition. That means loads of changes to all sorts of aspects of the game. We're going to talk about some of those in a little bit. We're going to give you an idea about some of the things that might be changing and what it means for you in your game. But it means so much more than just the rules. It also means new cool stuff about the lore and the universe. You got a little bit of a hint of it there. We are going back to Armageddon, which is
Yeah, we're like
obviously
hard
the
focused
most
on Armageddon right
important
now.
and pivotal and
Hey, see what's right next to Armageddon is Fenris? Hey, you know that Lehman Russ is theorized to be the next Primarch to return?
I guess coolest location.
It's just such an iconic setting for Warhammer 40,000, and we've set it up really in an interesting way with the return of Yarrick, and we're going to continue telling stories here and in other exciting places of the galaxy.
Yeah, and you got a bit of a sense of what might be happening in that cinematic as well. We are setting up in the return of Yarrick what happens before the events of this new edition. Effectively, you have the Imperial forces, the human forces of Armageddon are bracing for this enormous wave of orcs that is bearing down on them. Wazdacker is in the lead of that, but Ghazghkull and his legions are not far behind. They signal for help, and the help comes in the form of an enormous new Space Marine crusade, which is composed of all sorts of different chapters. The Blood Angels are obviously there, but you also have lots of other ones. The Ultramarines.
We saw Ultramarines in the video,
Yeah,
right?
Ultramarines are there as
We
well.
did see Ultramarines because our
as things
legally
like
required
White Templars,
Ultramarines.
Salamanders, the White Scars are there, all the classics.
So it's a classic Space Marine crusade force returning.
It's a good old-fashioned Space Marine crusade.
Once again to the war world. Yeah, and if you know anything about orcs, you know that the chance of a fight being bigger just brings more of them in. This is Ghazghkull's third run at it now. So the war that's going to hit this world is like nothing we've ever seen before.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right, so in addition to talking about the setting, we should show you what the launch box looks like.
Nice. I'm glad the Blood Angels are getting like their
Warhammer
time in the
40,000
sun.
Armageddon.
Eh, vampires,
It's a
time in
new
the
launch
sun.
box
Eh.
for a new edition. You can see in that artwork something quite nostalgic is happening. Anybody old enough in the room might be getting the same feeling in their heart as me. This really reminds me of my youth. Here you can see we're going to do an interesting thing with the graphic. It's a lot like the second edition of 40K to look at, but realized in fantastic, like, new artwork.
Yeah, there's some lovely little touches there that kind of nod to this original piece of artwork. Things like the heavy support Space Marine in the bottom right-hand corner, the placement of the grot, the pose of the Space Marine character, and some of the things that
And
happen in
the
background.
like
That piece of
coloring
artwork,
on the
obviously, from
weapon and
one of the earlier
everything.
wars for Armageddon.
It's a cool
We're going
callback.
back there with the Vengeance, and the Blood Angels and Orcs are taking center stage.
I don't think you needed to show
A couple of
this
things to say about
twice,
box as well.
or for
We're gonna
this
tell you a
long.
little bit more about some of the things that might be in this box today. We're not going to tell you everything. Some of that will be coming later. But
Brother,
this is an
we get it.
enormously cool box
We
with
get that you're
loads of
referencing.
illustrations,
Show
loads
us the
of
new
views,
art, please.
And all the rules and stuff that you'll need.
Absolutely. So let's We imagine lots of you in this room want to know a bit more about the rules and what you can expect to change
Okay.
in the way you play, right? You're here to play games this weekend, so let's talk a little bit about those rules.
We saw the new
Let's
art for a
start with
quarter
our
of the time we
first
saw the
point,
old
which
art.
is we want to talk about that
Okay.
unified experience.
Yeah, so right now in Warhammer 40,000, you have the idea of narrative play and the idea of match play. And what that's kind of meant is that we kind of have two pools of people.
And never the twain shall meet.
And who play Warhammer 40,000. And what we think actually is that every game of Warhammer 40,000 should feel like a rich and immersive narrative, whether you're
Would
playing
be
at home
cool.
or you're playing at the top
You can
table
pull it
of the
off.
tournament. And every game should feel balanced and exciting.
I
and
like
you're
my
never
games
sure
to
who's
be a
gonna win.
story.
So we are sort of breaking down some of the barriers between narrative play and match play, so that generally all of your games should feel balanced and narrative is injected into
With
the heart
the
of all ways to play
standard
Warhammer
way that they
40,000.
do new editions, it should kind of be a 10.5 edition.
Available to them. So,
They normally iterate on the last one more than full restart.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's 10.5. The codexes still work.
So this is a really important point. In some editions of Warhammer 40,000 in the
Make them
past,
free.
we have
Put them
seen,
online.
what sometimes
Make them
referred to
free,
as
put
like
them
a
online.
re-indexing of the edition.
Absolutely.
That isn't happening this time round. If you have a codex at home today on your shelf, that will continue to work until
Make
that
them
codex
free,
is
put them
eventually
online.
replaced over the normal course of releases. That also applies to the campaign books that are being released. So if you picked up the 500 Worlds or Maelstrom,
Come on, you're
or
so
looking
close.
at
Make them
the,
free, put them online.
Return of Yarick, all the rules in those will still work in the new edition.
Fantastic.
Online free
If you want
rules.
new ways to use the models you've got in your collection or an excuse to get new models, there's going to be loads of new detachments coming. 70 new detachments.
Holy shit, thank you.
So this is really big. Right on the first day of the new edition,
need this really
there
bad.
will be over 70 new detachments for Warhammer 40,000 for loads of different armies, which will immediately shake up
Okay,
the way that you
a lot of
play,
them need them.
And give you loads
I'm a
of
Necron player.
options
We don't
in terms
need
of,
that many
being
more.
able to put units
I
on
would
the table
love
in fun
more.
and exciting ways. A lot of them focus on units
But
that
like,
maybe haven't
Jesus
had a
Christ,
chance to
some
shine,
armies have like
in the
3
current
detachments
edition
still.
and let you play in ways that you've never been able to put a force together before.
Yeah, it's really exciting and a really novel and interesting thing for players to sink their teeth into, right? Your codex is existent already, but there's going to be a new thing for you to get to grips with right away.
Yeah, and the detachments
Don't
actually
make us
work
buy them.
in a slightly different way to the current detachments as well. You can
Free
continue
online
to use
rules.
your current detachments, but there will also be a different way you can put together your army. One of the advantages of the detachments, the new ones that are coming and ones we'll see in the future, is that the detachment system is now modular. So for
What do you mean?
example, if you have an army that contains Terminators and bikes,
Like me.
like you, and you wanted, I want some special rules for my bikes, but I also like some special rules for my Terminators, you can now take 2 smaller detachments and combine them together to create an army that works exactly as you would imagine your army should
Interesting.
work on the tabletop.
Absolutely.
Could be
This is gonna
cool,
really
sounds
shake
good.
Things up, right?
Gonna fuck with the meta.
Some applause in the room. For loads of us who've enjoyed Warhammer
Interesting.
40,000, what we want is to be able to sort of build an army that fits our imagination from those great stories that we've read and those.
Yeah,
iconic
this
scenes,
is.
and this gonna
They're
really
showing Dark
do that
Angels
in
because
a
like
way
this is a
that
Dark
could be
Angels
quite
thing.
competitive.
It's hard to play all 3
You know, do
wings.
some really interesting things to the game.
Definitely you can pull it in a very competitive way and kind of build a great combo.
Yeah,
completely
that's what I was like.
But you can,
This
you
is
can
fucked
have-
up
it's kind of
competitively.
designed really to let you
Could
absolutely
be.
have your army work the way you imagine it would. Some of the shots we saw just then on the previous slides will give you an idea about some of the detachments that might be coming, and some of them are fairly like specific to certain units. So, for example,
You're also
there was
going
one
to
that
shoot
lets,
Catan in the
Emperor's
foot
Champion
or in the
really
head
shine if
probably
you've got a Black
because
Templars army. There is one of them
they're
that
very
lets
strong right now.
ornate
Catan are going to
demon
get nerfed.
engines have a boost if you're picking up one of the new Defilers, for example, and you've got.
Actually, wait, they just were,
one
weren't
army,
they?
You can make those great. There's one that's a very stealth-themed army for Tau, so
I don't
you can
remember.
have stealth suits and ghost kills and things like that.
Perfect. So next up, we should talk about how the fact that we've got some things to talk about with regards to
No
objectives.
more objective
Yeah,
markers.
so this
This
one,
is interesting.
This one is pretty big. So right now, when you play Warhammer 40,000, scattered across your tabletop, your beautifully painted tabletop, your beautifully painted armies, and your beautiful terrain are scattered some weird circles that your guys have to go and stand on.
Oh,
There
these are just
no more
squares
objective marker
instead.
circles in games of Warhammer 40,000. Instead, your troops will be battling over pieces of terrain. Taking and putting models onto pieces of terrain will be how you take them, and it immediately changes the way that you look at taking objectives. Rather than just moving to take a circle, you are trying to take a key bunker, capture a relic,
Okay.
take a key position on the battlefield.
The idea is that your games will focus on the things that you imagine your soldiers doing when you're playing a game of Warhammer 40,000. I've never once daydreamed of taking a circle. I've daydreamed of my Dark Angels storming a bastion or taking a trench work. And so,
Okay, I like that.
marker you saw there, imagine that.
I might like that.
Fantastic Warhammer 40,000 terrain, and that's the thing that your soldiers are going to fight and die for.
Yeah. One of the other things that's going to change in terms of missions is going to be that the detachments that you choose will dictate the types of mission that you play. When an army goes into battle, it doesn't just go out with the intent of playing pitched battle against an enemy army. It will usually have a mission. It will be assigned, you have been sent out to disrupt the enemy's plans, or
I think it's kind of like Ninth Dead.
Or just to kill as many things as you
take as
can.
many heads as you can. So there is a new system called Forced Disposition, which your detachments will unlock. And when you come to play a game, you and your opponent compare your forced dispositions, and that will generate the mission that you play. So if your mission is to take ground, and your opponent's mission is to take heads, you will be given a mission to play that means that both of you are trying to enact the narrative that your army brings to the table.
Really
nice. That's a very good idea. Hopefully they execute it.
Like specific rule changes. The first up is that there's no more stratagem stacking.
Yes.
Good.
That seems like a popular one in the room. So right now, when you play
that should
a game
happen.
of Warhammer 40,000, one of the go-to tactics is you save up all your command points and then you put them all into your best unit, and that unit becomes way better at fighting than it has any right to be, or far more durable. You have things like stacking Armor of Contempt alongside minuses to wound and decreased damage and all those sorts of things. In the new edition, you will need to choose which stratagem you would like to use on each unit per phase, and you can't have more than one. And it does all sorts of interesting stuff to the game.
This is closer to being
For example,
AOS.
if you have re-rolled your charge with a stratagem, you now can't use any other stratagems that turn, so you can't tank shock. If you've decided to use a stratagem to give you re-rolls to hit in combat, you don't get the chance to have another re-roll to wound on a tactical re-roll, for example.
It's going to really shake things up in an exciting way. We should also talk about a change which is going to affect, in particular, the early phase of the game, which is the ability for units to stay hidden.
Yeah, so this is a really big one, especially in terms of how you're going to deploy your armies.
There's all those too. You can do pretty close to the same thing in this.
That has not shot unless you are within 15 inches of it. If it is in a piece of terrain.
So imagine when you deploy your army, you...
A really big one, especially in terms of how you're going to deploy your armies. You cannot target an enemy unit that has not shot unless you are within 15 inches of it. If it is in a piece of terrain.
So imagine when
you're
you
in
deploy
terrain
your army, you
and
put your
haven't shot, you
Devastator
can't be
squad or your
targeted.
Astra Militarum heavy weapon teams in a trench work or like a fortification or in some ruined buildings. That's seen in the movie where you look at the guys lying in ambush and staying out of sight.
Yeah.
That's what you get on the tabletop. So you don't have to park.
I'm thinking more of this for Tyranids, like they're showing.
And still get that same benefit.
Yeah, so and you get that benefit up until the point that your unit effectively joins the battle. So you can park that unit high up in the terrain feature where previously they'd have to hide, and they are safe unless the enemy gets very close or until you've taken your shot.
Absolutely. Next up, there's some changes to how combat works. So it's been cleaned up. Eddie, can you tell us more?
So there's some big changes across the combat phase. Some subtle ones, some big ones. We'll go through some of them, but there's lots more, and you get a chance to kind of look at those when you finally get the rules in your hand. Fast dice rolling is now the standard. Most players kind of
already do it
already, but the rules are now written to assume that you're rolling all your dice for a single kind of set of attacks together, rather
That's
than
good because you make some meta bullshit.
So that makes combat much faster. Combat activation has changed. The biggest change there is that in your turn, your strikes first units now go before your opponent. And in game terms, that means...
Ooh, there's some cheers for that one.
In game terms, that means if you've charged into an enemy army and they've got strikes first, at least one of your units will get to go before they go. That's quite a big change for some armies.
The attackers strike first
now
wins.
happen together. So you do all of your pile-ins for everything in your army, and then you do all of the combats, and then you do all the consolidates. And what that means is that the pile-in move becomes much more about getting lots of your units into close combat and less about trying to kind of grab extra inches towards getting objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And the final one is...
You could exploit pile-in.
Because I like those risky charge rolls, right? But when they don't pay off, your guys stand around doing nothing. So it's different now.
It is different. So the way that charges work now is that you pick your targets after you have rolled your dice.
Good change.
So that does some pretty major things. So the first and most obvious
Interesting
thing is that,
change. That makes melee a lot better.
And you don't manage to get that charge against the unit you were aiming for.
That makes melee a lot better,
unit,
actually.
You can now charge them instead. So you generally end up with less units standing around and kind of having failed a charge and not doing anything. It also means that occasionally you might get a unit into that big, long 12-inch charge that you wouldn't previously have tried, but you can now get in. Basically, this is a rule that just encourages you to get stuck into close combat. We don't like it when units move forward and then end up standing around not being able to kill stuff.
More charges more
This
often.
More charges more often.
Perfect.
This is a really,
next one,
really
and
good
I
buff for
mentioned
melee.
previously that I have a Astra Militarum Steel Legion army. They drive around in chimeras. This one's quite exciting for me. Tell us about combat disembark.
There is now a rule where if your transport is in combat with an enemy unit, you can just get out straight into combat.
Nice. Good.
Small caveat, it's not always the best idea because your unit will be battle shocked and might take casualties. But
Okay.
it makes it very difficult to
No, that means Battle Shock's still in the game. I hate Battle
combat
Shock.
units to get stuck in.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck. I wanted them to
Next
get
up,
rid
we
of Battle
should talk about
Shock.
The leaders and the impact they have in your games. Essentially, your leaders are always going to lead. Can you unpack that for us?
Yeah, so when you choose a model that can lead a unit, you now assign it when you build your army list. So if you have a chaplain and he's going to lead one of your units of Space Marines, you now write that in your army list rather than choosing before the game.
Good.
But the thing
That's how I
that
built
happens
this
in-game
anyways.
Is that if the unit is killed, the character keeps all the benefits of leading the unit that he would normally have. So
Okay, good.
your chaplain doesn't become inexplicably worse at combat because the guys next to him have died. And the same is true for all the different characters. So that immediately means that all of those heroes that have lost their unit can carry on being maximum heroic.
Now give us a little
right
bit
up
of a way to
until the
customize them some more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
And I guess the last thing we should talk about, which connects to all of this, is there's going to be a huge refresh to the Warhammer 40,000 app.
Yeah, so the Warhammer 40,000 app has already proven to be really
Free
useful. We know loads of you use it
digital
all the time.
rules.
We're going to put loads of resource and effort into it to make it an even more valuable and essential thing. There's loads of things coming for it. One of the things we can announce today is that we're going to increase language support. So right now the app is only in English. Going forwards, it will have support for English, French, German, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean.
Well done, remembering
Yeah,
them
it's
all.
good, right?
Good.
And that will start with core rules, mission rules, and combat patrol. So that's not
Okay.
all that's coming for the app. There's loads of other things, but this is going to be a really useful tool for
Free
all of you going
digital
forwards,
rules.
regardless of what language you play Warhammer in.
Yeah, I had a chance to get told some of the cool things that are coming, and I can't reveal it yet, but it's going to be super rad. I'm very excited.
Give me
Personally,
free
relying on
digital
the app
rules.
For when I'm playing the game. It's very cool.
Stop
We'll
making
have
me
loads more
buy
about
paper
all the
rules.
details of what those
Give
rules
me
mean
cool lore
exactly
book instead.
on the Warhammer community website over the
Give me a
coming,
lore and art book
days
for the
and weeks.
codex.
So, we told you we'd show you maybe something from the new launch box. Would you like to see some new models?
Of course.
So, let's start with this.
This is the trailer again. Oh, Bandits. I assume Bandits. This is going to be the thing that everyone has too many of this edition. Is that it? You showed us one basic ad. Like, that could be an intercessor.
So this is the first of the
Okay, yeah, like, this is just an
models.
intercessor.
I'm going to show you him today. He's a Space Marine intercessor, and you see the coming together of old and new in terms of armor types.
Yeah, so attrition has taken its toll on the Primaris Marines, and their shiny Tacticus armor that they went out into Crusade with has now had to be supplemented with parts of classic armor pieces. For us, though, that means that we get to use lots of very cool classic pieces like the Mark 7 helmet you can see.
It's
on
a
the
good
Space
look,
Marine.
right?
It's a good look. It's a good look. And that is the sort of thing you can look forward to going forwards. Lots of the Space Marines in this box will have elements of classic armor that you might recognize from earlier editions and earlier sets, mixed in amongst the
Okay. But keep the
Mark
proportions
tactical
good.
suits.
Please don't give Old
I
Marines
like
more.
There's some lovely little details here. He's
Old
got
Marines
the,
look
sort of the
bad
Impurity
compared
Scroll
to
style,
Primaris. Please just keep it Primaris.
Ribbon wrapped around his bolt rifle, all inscribed. The Primaris, when we first saw them, the Primaris Space Marines look quite clean cut, right? And they're increasingly blending in with.
They're getting a bit more gothic every time we see
absolutely.
them.
I really like it.
One of the other things to note as well about this model and all of the models in the box set
Please
is
just
that
keep their proportions
while
good.
he looks very cool, painted as a Blood Angel, there is nothing sculpted onto that model to say it needs to be a Blood Angel. So if you have an Ultramarine, a Space Wolf, a Dark
Or
Angel,
the best
an
ones, the
Imperial
Dark
Fist,
Angels.
or flavored to taste, I guess, you can paint him as any Space Marine chapter you like.
Fantastic. Would you like to see something from the other side?
Are you really just going to show us two models?
Let's see an orc then.
Like an intercessor and a boy? Oh, okay, are we going to get the weird boy? Okay. Her music's so much better. Just a boy. It looks like it is just a boy. Oh wait, June 2026. I didn't even realize it says the release date here.
Fantastic. So this is an Orc boy from the upcoming Armageddon launch box. And
So 3 months away. We figured summer this year.
Some of you already clocked it in the video, and obviously you can see it there on screen. In previous editions, in previous versions of the Orc box set, you had to choose whether you wanted to give your Orcs a shooter or a chopper. You can now have both. No
Nice.
Orc
That's
should
good.
leave home without a chopper, and no Orc would dream of going to the battlefield without carrying the biggest gun that he can carry. So going forwards, Orc boys are assumed to have whatever weapon the situation demands.
Get yourself a boy that can do both, right?
Absolutely.
That's good.
So we got one more.
It's very good for
sneaky,
Orc players.
Tease of things that are coming in this box right now, and that is that we can confirm for certainty there is at least one squig in the box.
Okay, sure. This is on the big mech guy, probably. Looking at it.
That went down quite well. You will need to wait a little bit longer to see the rest.
Okay,
Stay
that's
your
it.
disappointment. It'll be worth the wait, we promise. That brings us to the end of all of our.
Okay. That was a pretty good reveal show. So, holy shit, the Cities of Sigmar stuff looks so good. And the new Skaven look really fucking good too. And that one Tyranid. That one Tyranid from the Kill Team looked badass. To the point that, like, I might buy that singular Tyranid kit. 11th, we all knew was coming. The changes that they mentioned sound good. I'm gonna wait until I see rules to like really make a judgment on it, because they can say what they want. I'm gonna read what you actually wrote and see what I think about it after. I did want to mention, just because I was thinking about it, because all the reveal show and everything and the leaks that happened. So AOS has been having a lot of leaks recently. Dude called Bool online. And I have been wondering if GW might basically give him a fake leak to like smoke him out, pretty much. Just give him something fake, have him release it, and then they know who it is. If they have a good guess of a couple people who it might be. So he called all this. He said Cog for it. He said Gargants with shields. He said the whole Night Runners, Gutter Runners, and Deathmaster refresh and all that. He called all of those. He also called Ogre Refresh, Dwarf, upcoming soon. However, the other thing that he said was that they're going to basically do End Times 2, but for AOS. And then after he made that post, he deleted his account and every post he has ever made, which makes me think that that might have been fake from GW to smoke him out, and they figured out who it is, and he deleted the account. There's a couple things that he said that have kind of hinted at who he might be. He at one point mentioned something about getting certain leaks from her, which is like, okay, that can narrow it down by half, basically, of whatever employees they look at to do the AOS stuff. And then he mentioned something about working on the 11th edition rules, which is a big mistake because that team cannot be very big. So then I kind of think they might have just given him a fake leak and they probably caught him. But yeah, so a lot of this is already leaked, so we kind of knew it was coming. But it's still incredible looking models. I'm very happy with how they look. But it is late o'clock. Let's see who's live. Most of my friends have gone to bed. Ooh, Haifa's live. Haifa la 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 la. Okay, we're gonna raid a Haifa. She's a chaotic being. If you have not met her, she's very good. So, like I said, I need to do some model painting streams. I kind of think I will do that Friday. I've been meaning to paint my Skaven, because I have some Skaven to paint. And I basically was like, alright, I need to paint, it's the whale. It is the whale. I need to paint my Skaven before I can paint my Sylvaneth, before I can buy new models. So I think we're gonna paint some Skaven tomorrow. Yeah, or not tomorrow. Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. Well, technically tomorrow is Friday now because it's not Thursday for me. But yeah. Until then, eat good food, get a lot of sleep, drink water, take care of yourself, and goodbye.